We have been to the garden centre again, and now this time round, well, let me just give you a quick update. So Amy hasn't been happy with the tomatoes over here because it's not the usual grow bag that she's used to. As you can see, we've picked up another one, and instead of redoing these ones because they're already, well, they've been in there a couple of weeks now, we've got a few more. Oh, that doesn't look good. Yeah, this will be interesting to see the difference between these, because these are the usual ones that we get from our local garden centre, whereas those ones over there are not, and you can see the difference in them. Like, they look really, really weak, and I don't know why, but these look really green and strong, and you can actually smell the tomato already. And talking of extra tomatoes, look at this. This one's my one. So this is the one that I did in the pot originally. You can see how big it is, and it's doing really, really well. And this is the same variety as those over there. So actually, it makes you wonder, is the difference the place of growth? Because I've kept that in the greenhouse. It's been in the greenhouse, it's had extra light, it's had extra sun and more heat as well. That's probably the only difference. I haven't treated the compost. Is it this same compost? No, no. Okay, so you have the tomato grow bag, don't you? And I just used the classic Westlands compost, as I always do, and it seems to be doing better in that and in the pot, in the single pot, so it's restricted to, you know, that whole area, whereas the others are restricted to a small section of a very thin bag. So it kind of goes to show how well it does singly in a separate pot than it does in a grow bag. Is this good consumer advice? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to put an extra 2 in some single pots as well, so hopefully they'll catch up with the other big one. And then we can see the difference between the brand new ones here, if they get as big as this one here, or if they do poorly like these. Either way, I think it's a fantastic experiment, and we're gonna go outside and plant those right now. While I'm here trying to work out what I'm doing with all my things, by the way, this is the raspberry. Look how big it's got in a week. This is crazy. Look at this. This is massive. But if we look through the leaves... Oh, I've just taken out lavender, that's what that is. But Amy's already on it, planting the new ones. So they're going to go up by the bins, because actually the sun in the daytime goes all the way along this back bit. So they'll actually get more sunlight than the ones down here. And while she does that, I'm going to get a big pot and put these inside, because I don't know why, it's come in like one of those massive roses pots, but, well, what can you do, eh? And actually, I've just spotted something. Look at all these new shoots coming up down here. Oh my goodness. And in here, so many little shoots coming out of this one. God, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's crazy big. Right, it's time to do the raspberry. Look at that. That's great. That's fantastic. I can see the trouble being trying to get it out of the pot. Ah, you've got a glove there. I might be able to do it without... Oh, it's quite spiky actually.
Do you want the glove?
I don't know. I'll try it without. Here we go. Ooh. Look at the roots on that. That's crazy. Now, I'll take the camera. So from here you can see I've filled up the compost in here all the way to about halfway, give or take. And now I'm going to backfill this, and hopefully that will give these little shoots a chance as well to actually do something, because there is quite a lot of... I've just spotted a new one here. Look at that, little baby. So we can see this is going to have a lot of potential inside this pot. Might be more beneficial if I just use my hands. Try and put it in. That was quite a lot of compost there, but you can see it hasn't actually done too much. So this is quite a well deep-rooted pot. And when you come to think of it, when you've got this much sitting in here, that's quite a comparison. So you can see we've got that much worth of compost as well. Right, I'm going to backfill this and then we'll show the result after. Typical, isn't it? Just about to rain. Just my luck. Anyway, the raspberry is now done, so this is what it looks like. Absolutely beautiful. It looks way more grown up now it's in its big boy pants. Its training wheels are off, and all it needs is a little bit of water, and hopefully this will flourish into a very great and not intrusive plant, because I'm keeping it in the container. But like I've read up on before, it is intrusive, so it may try and grow underneath or out of it, or jump to another pot somehow. I don't know, but we'll keep an eye on it and hopefully it will do well. And the goal of this year is to try and make some jam. That is going to be the goal of this year, so I'm going to try and tend to it the best that I can. We're away for, what is that, a week next week or 2 weeks time? 2 weeks time, so we won't be able to water it then, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to put it out into the garden and it would do its best, I guess. Actually, I might see if I can find a little thing on YouTube, because I know that people put water bottles, pierce the lids and then put the lid into the bottom of the compost, so it's like a self-watering thing, but I don't know, we'll save that for another video. So what are you doing now then?
Cucamelons.
The what?
A cucamelon. Cucamelon.
Cucamelon. Okay, that's crazy. So what are they?
They're watermelons.
Yeah.
They're mini that taste like cucumbers.
Mini watermelons that taste like cucumber.
Yeah. I can't get the seeds out.
Oh dear. And what are you planning on doing? Just putting them in this little tray down here?
In the little tray, see if they grow.
Yeah. And then what's going in this one?
Oh, that's big seeds.
Whoa, they are.
I can't get them out.
There's got to be more than 2 in a packet.
Well, there's 20, I think.
20?
Yeah, I think it's
That's not very many.
Surely they just grow.
So what was going in here?
Lettuce.
Lettuce! So we're going to start some lettuce.
Yeah, let's see where they're. You can get up.
Where? So we've got some seeds. What, these ones?
Bum.
Oh yeah? Okay, so we'll get some lettuce on the go as well then. Alright, that's my job for in a minute. I'm going to focus on doing the tomatoes and get those potted up. So then they're going to join its big brother, like this. I need to water this, and then I'll check on the things in the greenhouse because I haven't done that in a few days. Right, I'm about to fill the potatoes up because now, this is really exciting, the green shoots are showing out of pretty much most of the pots now. So they are ready to be filled up. I'm going to fill them up to the next line and then repeat the process one more time before they're ready to be left alone and growing potatoes. So I'm going to do that now. Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. Why is it so long? I tell you why, because it was doing nothing. It was doing nothing under there. This is the... It was the Swede. This was the Swede that I did last year. It did nothing. It's had a panic attack in the greenhouse. It's grown this much, and I've been told that it's trying to now lay these as seeds to create new ones because it thinks it's finished. What is going on? absolute joke. So I'm going to pull up the other ones now to see if they're doing any better, but clearly not, because look how high that is. It's taller than the fence. This is ridiculous. May you hold the camera?
Yeah.
Thanks. So I'm assuming there's nothing under here. I'm going to do it out over here. Well, that's not a promising start, is it? Oh. No. Nothing. Wasted. Let's try this one. Now this was going to be the better one if anything did anything. Because... okay. Well, we can see it tried to do something, but it's not quite a Swede though, is it? Well, that's why we call it the Laughable Harvest, because we're not that good at everything just yet. Just a few minor tweaks, that's all it needs. That's all it needs. I will get one, just not this time round. Right, so Amy is now helping me out in her Crocs. Look at them bad boys. But she's just about to,
New and updated.
New and updated from last year.
From spring summer 2025. What is that?
What is that?
Is that mushrooms?
Is that fungus? No, there's loads of it.
That's mushrooms.
Yeah, it's mushrooms. Oh, that's okay, because you get mushroom compost. Kind of worried me then. Right, so we're filling these up. I think worried someone else as well. Yeah, ambulance here, please. We've got an accident. Oh, you're making a right hash brown of this. What is... oh, my God. You said you wanted to help. What is going on?
Fix that.
The thing is, she said a minute ago, before I started filming, oh, do you want me to help? Because it's just started raining and it'll get it done quicker. I don't think it has. If anything, it's annoyed me. What is that? What is that?
Some leak.
Oh no, you got a leak. Look at this. What a mess. Anyway, so we're going to put these Shirleys into here. And this one as well into here with its new mushroom friends. And I'm going to backfill those. Again, you don't really need to see that, but we'll show you the end result. What are you doing? Recycling.
Good stuff.
My God. I've just pulled this one out of the pot and it looks pretty healthy looking at the roots. Don't spill it again. So now we'll pop this one in here somehow and then...
break up the soil.
No, I know. No, this isn't professional at all. Looking at that, it looks like it is some sort of breed of mushroom, but I'm not 100%. I don't really like mushrooms. But that being the case, if we've got mushroom in the compost, is that going to make the tomatoes do like a hybrid thing? And like taste of both tomato and mushroom? Ooh. Right, so I'm just going to break this up and distribute the mushrooms. Like big chunks in here. There we are. I'll take that out for now. Right, make a hole in there. Here's one I prepped earlier. You can see the roots aren't as strong on that one as it was the other one, but this is going to be the hybrid experiment, so all is well. God, I just smell you can smell the tomatoes off of that. That's beautiful. Smell that. I actually meant you to smell it. I don't know what that was.
There you go.
Right, now all that's left to do is that back in there so we know what it is. And I'm going to pop that into... What are you doing now?
Surely.
And now I'm going to water them and put them in the greenhouse so they hopefully end up looking like the original. Now I'm going to do the kiwi finally after 2 or 3 weeks of it being in the greenhouse, but it's looking really healthy and there's lots of new little shoots off of it. So I'm hoping we're actually going to get 1 kiwi? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. I've got this pot ready. I've just prepped this one, filled it with compost. I'm going to get that out if Amy takes the camera in a second. Now there's actually quite a lot of bark on here, so I'm hoping to get that on top with the pot squeeze. Okay. I'll chuck the rest of that in because it looks like it's got some sort of nutrients in there. That could even be vermiculite for drainage because there's quite a lot of it actually. So I'm going to pop that in there. Just fill in the edges around it for now. And now I'm going to top it up. I've just backfilled it and I'm going to take these little bits of tape off all the way up through with Amy's special cloud knife. Now why is it called a cloud knife again?
Because it looks like a cloud.
Brilliant.
Ta-da!
Got to be very gentle because I'm very close to the stem there. Oh my goodness. There we go. No, I think it's safe. And one more up here. There we are. So now that's going to have full capacity to be able to grow just the way that it needs to. Now it seems pretty strong and doesn't need this stick, but I'm going to leave it there just so it has something to grow up. I'll just take the label off and I'll pop that in. Beautiful. And the kiwi is finally done, so I'm going to pop that in the greenhouse. I'm going to put it, I don't know if it's a bit risky, but I'm going to put it at the bottom with all the slugs hanging about, because I've noticed they've had a few of my other things, unfortunately, but what can you do, eh? Such is life, and we're just constantly on slug control. The rain's actually picking up now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it there, and we'll pick this up in another episode, and we'll do the onions, the red onions that I've got, and the potatoes, because they are actually already chitted. They've chitted themselves in the bag that I bought them in originally. I haven't done anything with them, but they've got little green shoots, and they're actually good to go already. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Cheers.